Yo, what is going on, everyone? Guiding Light here, back with a quick video. And in this one, I'll show you guys how to complete the very last stage of the raid, which is to decipher these codes. Now, this is actually a pretty simple mission to complete, but there will be a few things along the way to make it a little annoying and a little bit difficult. So, what you will need is 3 of your teammates, so you're all going to be split up. So, if you guys remember from the last video, I explained the two CCTV rooms which are in this raid. So there's going to be two different rooms, one on each side of the circle, which will have a broadcasting screen, and then you're going to have that panel in the middle. So if you guys remember back from that first challenge in the beginning of the raid to unlock the submarine doors, the method to complete this puzzle is pretty much the exact same. You're going to have that teammate in the middle, which will show you guys the different symbols, and then you're going to be able to decipher those codes the same way you would in the submarine mission, but this time around, you're going to be doing it on these two projector screens, which will be on either side of the base. So it may sound a little confusing at first, but I will be sure to break this down for you guys and make it very, very simple for you guys to complete. Now, you guys may want to have your mics on for this part of the mission and possibly even live stream or share your screen with your other two teammates just to make things a little bit easier, as you will have very little time to decipher these codes and communicate back and forth what the codes actually are. So what you will do is you'll have one teammate here in the middle. They're going to hit this panel here, which will display the code the same way as they would in the submarine mission. Now, the only difference here is that you will have to tell your teammates what symbols you're seeing on this monitor so that they can tell you what symbols they're seeing on their monitors. Then once you have those codes deciphered, you will have to run over to this side here and plug in the code. So what I did was I saw those symbols there. I radioed to my two teammates exactly what codes they were. I also had their live streams open and they just looked at the screens for me. So it was pretty simple just to open up their live stream, take a look at the symbols that I had here, and then just look at their screens so that I could simply decipher it, because trying to communicate back and forth over the mics when everything is in a different language can be a little bit confusing. So that is how you're going to complete it. You'll get the code there. Then you're going to radio into your teammate. He's going to tell you what the code means, like what number is underneath the code from his room. Then you'll ask the third teammate as well what symbols they're seeing so that they can basically tell you and translate it for you back to the numbers that you will then need to enter in this panel. Now, so it's pretty simple to complete. The only thing is, though, is that this code reader will have a fingerprint scanner in it. So once one person has entered in the code, you will actually have to swap places with one of your other teammates, because each player will have to enter a code at least once in order to move on to the next portion. So once one player has entered in the code or typed in the numbers, they will have to rotate over to one of the projectors, and one of the people that were on the projectors will have to come in here and type in the code for the numbers, because it will not let you type in the numbers more than once. So once you guys do have those two correct codes entered, you will then be able to enter in the third code, but just keep in mind you'll have to rotate out with one teammate in order to actually let it work. So after I completed it successfully, what I did was I went over to one of the projector screens so that I could then swap out with one of my teammates. So after doing this one more time, we were able to get all three codes entered successfully. Now keep in mind, guys, you will have about 10 or 15 minutes to enter in these codes, but if you don't enter it fast enough, it will reset. It won't kill you or anything or fail the mission, but it will reset and you'll have to start over. Now keep in mind, there will also be a bunch of enemies that spawn after about 5 minutes of trying to enter that code, and bomb drones as well. Now, once you guys have entered all of the correct codes, what you will then need to do is actually hold down this little base for about 5 minutes. So find a space that you and your team are comfortable, because there will be a lot of waves of different enemies that will come after you. And there will also be a swarm of bomb drones that are spawned every 10 seconds or so, which you will need to take out. So stay close to your team, hold down this area for 5 minutes, and then you will actually complete the raid and be rewarded the special skin. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Once you guys have locked down the area and killed all of the enemies, after the 5-minute timer is up, you will regroup at these blast doors here, and there will be a special prompt that all three of you guys have to press on this door in order to get to the final cutscene. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this Call of Duty raid. I know I did. Let me know what you guys thought about the raid down in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.